Imagine waking up tomorrow, and for exactly 5 seconds, Earth stops spinning. Not slows down, not gradually. It just stops. The ground beneath your feet suddenly freezes in place. The oceans surge across continents. Buildings are ripped apart. And anything that isn't firmly attached to Earth keeps moving at hundreds, even thousands of kilometers per hour. But here's the terrifying part. Earth starts spinning again after 5 seconds. Would humanity survive? And what would those 5 seconds actually look like?
Chapter 1. Earth is moving right now. You probably don't feel it, but Earth is spinning incredibly fast. At the equator, the surface moves at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour. That means while you're sitting still watching this video, you're actually moving through space at highway racing speeds. But you don't feel it because everything around you is moving together. The atmosphere, the oceans, the buildings, you, everything. Now imagine Earth suddenly stops spinning, but everything else keeps its momentum. That changes everything. The ground would stop, but you wouldn't. You'd keep moving eastward at the speed Earth was rotating. And that's where the nightmare begins.
Chapter 2. The first second. The instant Earth stops spinning, anything not firmly connected to the ground would continue moving. People, cars, trees, aircraft. Buildings and objects would experience enormous forces. Near the equator, the ground would effectively slam into the moving atmosphere. Winds could become unimaginably powerful. The atmosphere itself would continue rushing eastward relative to the surface. Imagine the most powerful hurricane you've ever seen, and then multiply the scale beyond anything humanity has experienced. But the air wouldn't be the only problem. The oceans would keep moving too. Massive walls of water could sweep across coastlines. Entire cities near the ocean could be overwhelmed. And earthquakes would likely occur as Earth's crust suddenly experiences an enormous change in motion. 5 seconds would feel like the end of the world.
Chapter 3. Then Earth starts again. But remember, the planet only stops for 5 seconds. Then comes the second disaster. Earth begins spinning again. The ground suddenly accelerates beneath everything. Anything that had continued moving would be violently thrown in the opposite relative direction. It would be like standing inside a giant vehicle traveling at incredible speed and suddenly slamming the brakes, then instantly hitting the accelerator again. The difference is that this vehicle is an entire planet. The forces involved would be enormous. Structures already damaged by the initial event could collapse. Oceans would surge again. The atmosphere would continue behaving violently, and millions of objects could be thrown across the surface. Chapter 4. Would we all die? Surprisingly, not necessarily. The exact consequences would depend heavily on how Earth stopped. If the entire planet, atmosphere, oceans, and everything on it somehow stopped together, the situation would be completely different. But if Earth's solid surface stopped while the atmosphere and oceans continued moving due to inertia, the consequences would be catastrophic. People near the equator would face the greatest rotational speeds. At higher latitudes, the rotational speed is lower. Near the poles, Earth's surface already moves much more slowly because you're closer to the planet's rotational axis. So location would make a huge difference. But even far from the equator, 5 seconds of planetary-scale chaos could permanently reshape civilization. Chapter 5. What happens after 5 seconds? And here's something even stranger. Earth wouldn't suddenly become permanently different just because it stopped for 5 seconds. Afterward, the planet would continue rotating. But the damage wouldn't magically disappear. Coastlines could be devastated. Infrastructure could be destroyed. Agriculture could collapse in affected regions. Communication networks could go offline. And the global economy could be thrown into chaos. Humanity might survive, but the world we recognize could look completely different. And there would be another problem. Earth's rotation helps create the Coriolis effect, which influences global wind and ocean patterns. A sudden interruption could disturb atmospheric and oceanic systems for a long time afterward. So the 5-second event could create consequences lasting years.
Final chapter. 5 seconds that change everything.
5 seconds sounds like nothing. It's shorter than the time it takes to blink twice. But Earth's rotation is something we've depended on for billions of years. We don't notice it because it's always there. Constant, predictable, invisible, until it isn't. If Earth stopped spinning for just 5 seconds, the biggest danger wouldn't simply be the planet stopping. It would be everything else refusing to stop with it. The air, the oceans, the people, the momentum of an entire moving world. And when those 5 seconds were over, Earth would spin again. But humanity might never be the same. So the next time you feel completely still, remember, you're standing on a planet moving at incredible speed, and you don't feel a thing until something changes.